I can definitely say that, when I go to your YouTube page, even the comment section is positive. You see people in there saying, hey, sending love from Georgia, sending love from Texas. And the thing is, being in this industry, you are definitely correct. When you talk about the negativity, it's really the mindset, because you'll have drivers bash companies that never drove for the company.
Right.
And you've heard of the website called glassdoor.com?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And let me tell you the most interesting thing about Glassdoor. If you go to all the major carriers, you name them, they're all review stars of 3.5. 3.5. So what does that go to show you? That goes to show you that it's really going to be based on the person's mindset of when they're going to the company. Now, can there be a bad thing that yeah, there can be. I mean, we've all been somewhere and somebody just was in a space of negativity and just being a bad coworker, whatever. That happens. But that's not the company. But I think that's very key what you're saying, because I think there's something I know there's something different about your mindset, both of your mindsets, the way you're viewing reality on when you're dealing with trucking, because you wouldn't believe how many drivers I talked to. Oh man, I stopped at the truck stop. They told me the company I'm driving for, this is the worst company, and the guy's happy. He's making money, but now he feels a little deflated, because it takes a strong person to go into a room of negativity and come out the same energy level that they entered the room,
Right.
So that's very important what you're saying, because you guys have humanized trucking. You have shined a light on it to the point where I'm looking at your page and I'm like, these people have joy in their life and their truck drivers, which when you talk to drivers over the phone, it's almost, they keep, it's one of the weirdest things, because they keep driving, but they keep complaining about it. They keep complaining. And a lot of times it's the drivers with a lot of experience are the ones that are just going berserk. But you're right. There are drivers out there that are making a lot of money, and you're right, they're silent. They're not telling nobody anything, and they're not saying anything, but you are.
Right.
Hello.
Right. That's what that comes from the training, and just when you train, that's another. I want to say this real quick.
Okay.
Remind me to come back, not forget what we were talking about. But a lot of people ask me, and they don't like my answer, because they're not ready for it. But they always want to know, what's the best company to go to? What's the best company to make the most money? Everybody talks bad about this, bad about that. Right. Everybody talks bad about Swift. Well, Swift they have like 17,000 trucks. They're one of the most biggest trucking companies. So they're going to have, if you look at that 80-20 thing I was talking about, they have the most complaints. They have to keep the most drivers. I tell them, it don't matter what company you go to, any one of them, any of the companies that hire brand new drivers are they're starter companies anyway.
Right.
You can make money. I said, it don't matter where you go, wherever you work, you can make money. Right. 20% of those drivers are making killer money. 20% of those drivers at Swift, Stevens, Prime, 20% of them are making really good money, because it's their mindset where they're at. If I can go to any one of those companies and make top dollar. God, I'm going to learn their system. Each one of them have a little bit different system. You want to learn it, and there's a certain way to use their system to capitalize on making the most money, and you have to learn that. Nobody's going to tell you,
right?
Unless you get a really good trainer. But I tell them, have an open mind, listen to everything. Have your CD on. Don't listen to negative stuff, but listen to everything. Hear it and listen to it, and you'll learn a lot. And so any one of those companies that you pick to start out, you can make money. You can make really good money. But 80% of the people aren't. and they're going to quit and go to this company, and they're going to have the same mindset, and they're going to not do well there, and they're going to quit and go to the other company. So
I see.
I don't have anything bad to say about any of those companies out there. My daughter was going to start at Swift. They postponed her thing because they started her Thanksgiving weekend, and she came back. She might go to Prime though. I like Prime because they get their temps, and then they go with a trainer and actually drive the truck for a couple weeks before they take their driver's test.
I
If
see.
you go to a school, you go for 3 weeks. You're lucky to get an hour worth of driving, and then you're out doing your driver test. Prime, you actually go with a trainer for a couple weeks, and you get paid while you're learning to pass your CDL test. So,
I see.
but I told her, she was on our live last week. Don't go to Swift. Don't go to Swift. It didn't matter. I told my daughter, it don't matter. Just go there, listen to your trainer, practice being safe on the truck. You want your following distance. The biggest mistakes you can make as a new driver is following distance, because they don't know the truck don't stop that fast.
Exactly.
Right.
You don't want to rear end somebody, and you don't want to hit an off ramp too fast. That's the things that a driver will crash in the first week. If you're gonna mess something up, it's gonna be one of those two things. You're gonna hit an off ramp too fast, or you're gonna be following somebody too close. So I told her, you just need to go there, get your experience. Don't worry about what people say about Swift. And if your radio show here, if you had to hire 2 people to help you run your company, you're probably not going to have that many problems. If you had to hire 17,000, you're probably going to run into some
issues. Right.
So I said, don't worry about it. The thing is, that's Swift's problem. Don't make that your problem. You need to go there, learn how to drive that truck. As soon as you get your experience, I can't get her in where I'm at because she has to be 23. She's 21.
I see.
So it's limited where you can go. There's only certain companies that'll hire you at 21.
That's true.
So you got to pick them and just, but it is.
Good experience.
Yeah, it is mindset, man. And I tell my students, man, you want to start listening to motivational stuff. While you're driving, listen to nobody's.
You got anybody you recommend as far as motivational?
No,
I do. Even Michael. I
know Evan Michael. Yeah.
Mama has a couple good ones. She has some old guy that cusses every other word. She loves that guy, but Dunlock. She likes to listen to Dunlock.
And Dan Pena.
There's
Dan Pena. Okay, I know you're
Dan Pena.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to him in a while. When I trained, I always had it on, and there was a black guy that.
It's not Les Brown, is it?
I listen to him too.
Listen to Les Brown.
Yeah, man, that guy was unbelievable listening to him, man. He
Excuse me.
I'm gonna have to listen. I can't think of his name. Okay, we got to plug our phone in because we're about to lose the charge. We were trying to set up our laptop to talk to you, and it wasn't.
So you're on your cell phone.
Yeah, we're on the cell phone.
Man, you guys look good for a cell phone. You do. I thought you was on a laptop.
Yeah. Okay. No, we got all this. We got a bunch of new equipment, like to try to do some better editing and stuff. We actually hired I'll talk about that in a minute, but we got all this equipment, like we spent all this money on this and we don't know how to get it. We're like, just hit the phone, man. Just use the phone.
It'll definitely come.